I think being first, I'm not a huge fan of being first. I think it's easy to waste a lot of time and money being first. If you're good. I think this is the thing. If you're good, then go where there's attention and go win. If you're not very good, then go be first. I had a conversation with a vlogger who was on YouTube, who's been on YouTube for, I don't know, 6, 7 years. He said, it used to be so easy, you know, and I started 6 years ago. It used to be so easy, and I grew, and my channel was blowing up, and now it seems really hard to grow, and I'm losing subscribers every day, and it's not happening. And I don't know, I used to be so good. Like, the problem is, you were never good. You were never good.
Early.
You were just early. Yeah, you were just early. You were never good, and you never got good. And then Logan Paul came in, and Jake Paul came in, and other vloggers came in, and Will Smith came in, and as more of them come in, you better rise to the occasion. A lot of times, I think for busy entrepreneurs, you think of ideas that I don't have time for this idea. I don't have time for this idea. But I default to, I'm thinking of this for a reason, so I'm going to do something about it. Mm-hmm. I have to do something about it. Even the podcast that, as you were walking in, we're finishing up my podcast, and I never wanted to have a podcast. I thought I don't consume any podcasts, so I don't need to make a podcast. But for some reason, while we're driving through the desert in Texas, I thought about my friend Mark, who you met on the way out, and I thought, what if I start a podcast with Mark?
Oh, so you're doing it together?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I wasn't thinking about starting a podcast, and for some reason, driving through the desert in Texas, I decided I'm going to start a podcast. So immediate action. I'm going to write to Mark. Mark, I don't know where this is coming from. Do you want to start a podcast together? It's like, yeah. When do you want to start? Tonight. Right? When are you going to start? Tomorrow? Next week? Next month? Like tomorrow might as well be 2025. Like today, tonight. So we filmed our first episode, not knowing what we were doing, through Instagram Live, and just pulled the audio, and there was our first podcast. And it's easy to think, well, we don't have our mics, and we don't have camera gear, and we don't have the lighting, and we don't have a format. Like, Mark, don't stress out about the format. We'll figure it out. Let's go.
It's funny that you say that, because I'm starting a podcast too, and the same thing happened. I don't have time to do a podcast. I don't have time for any of these ideas. But when I think of something as well, I feel like I'll just figure out how to fit it in if I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah. And I think you need to honor the idea and just try it once. And maybe then you got it out of your system, and it's not the thing for you. You might try your first podcast and say, I don't know, I didn't like that. Great, now you know. Don't do it again. But you might do it, and it sticks. Like, I don't know, there's something about that I like doing. And then you'll find ways to put it into your calendar and kick off something that's not as meaningful to you anymore.
I think so. And on that vein, so what I really came here to ask you, so all the memes that are online right now are there's 6 months left in the year, what are you gonna do to make the most impactful? So if I'm starting at day one as an entrepreneur, and I wanna go from 0 to, let's go to 100 in 6 months, what steps would you take? Where would you start first? If it's just you, no team, nothing.
What, does it matter the business? Is this generic? Any business?
Any business, yeah.
Okay, so first off, I want to put the pressure on myself that today matters. That it's not just about what happens in 6 months, that today. Because most people, when they're studying for an exam that's 6 months away, what do? You don't start cramming now, you start cramming closer to the end. So I want today to matter. Like before I put my head in my pillow tonight, I want to be proud of the effort that I put in to make progress on my goals. And that's a good philosophy regardless if you have a 6 months goal or not. Just that today actually matters. Next, I want to think about what is the thing that I am great at and uniquely great at, or at least have the potential to be uniquely great at. So I like to say that everybody has Michael Jordan level talent at something. So what is that thing? It's like for you, what is that thing? What do you have Michael Jordan strategy?
Yeah,
so you
digital strategy.
Digital strategy, amazing. So you want to be spending as much time on digital strategy as possible. And everything else, you want to try not to be doing. It's not possible not to do all of it because as an entrepreneur, you're one-woman show, you're doing everything. But you want to spend a disproportionate amount of your time doing strategy. For me, it'd be creating content. It'd be helping entrepreneurs, it'd be being in front of the camera. If I lost everything, if I couldn't afford Danny, if we didn't have like lights and all this stuff here, I would start by having a daily Instagram show where I wouldn't have to do anything except do what I'm great at. would be no cuts and no edits and none of the stuff that I don't understand how to do, to build up momentum to the point where I'm starting to make money doing it, and then I can hire a team to help me with everything. So if you are Michael Jordan of strategy, digital strategy, but you're spending 5% of your time on it, you're never going to be great, right? So you need to spend as much time as possible doing strategy and then showcasing how you're great at strategy and helping people with their strategy. The more time you spend doing that, the more you're going to start getting rewards versus teaching yourself to do stuff that you don't like. So for people watching or listening, it's figuring out what is that thing for you. What do you have either the talent right now or the potential to have the talent in that you love doing, and then try to spend as much time doing that as possible at the expense of everything else. I don't want to release a video that has no editing. I don't want to release a crappy video, but it's better for me to release a daily video with me and my thoughts and helping entrepreneurs than to release one video every 2 weeks because I spent all that time trying to learn to edit a skill set that I don't care about maximizing and learning.
And then in terms of channels, you mentioned Instagram. So if we're really going to break it down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which ones would you say you would focus on first? And we're talking like a B2C type of environment, whether it's a product or a service.
Yeah, if you're B2C, Instagram number 1, and then YouTube number 2. Long term, I want you to be on YouTube because it's the only place where your content lives forever. If you're on Instagram or Twitter or Snap or Facebook or whatever, the content cycle is super short, right? In a week, nobody cares about what you posted. But a YouTube video, I have videos from 10 years ago that are still getting views. So every piece of content that you create has the potential to live forever, to drive traffic and leads and attention awareness forever. The problem is YouTube's the hardest platform to win on because it's not so short cycle focused. You have to have enough content, you have to have reputation, you have to build something up. So your business could die while you're trying to build your YouTube presence because you haven't done enough in the short term, right? So I would short term do Instagram. I would try to build my business through Instagram. If I was doing strategy, then I would make content about strategy. I would educate people about strategy. I wouldn't even care about hitting 1 million followers on any platform. It's about hitting the targeted, right? Especially at the beginning, because you need to make money so that you can make this a full-time job. And then as I started being able to build up my Instagram and getting some money and hiring a team, then I would move to putting my content on YouTube. I did it backwards. I started with YouTube, but I didn't have this plan, and I started 10 years ago as well, where Instagram wasn't a thing. So now going from 3 or 4 videos a day on YouTube to doing some pictures on Instagram is just so much easier. But if I was starting, that's what I would do. I would do a daily show on Instagram. If you play well to video, if you write really well, then I'd have a simple picture and have fire captions. If you're great with taking pictures, and I have an amazing picture that is beautiful, that draws me in. Honing your talent in not caring as much about all the stuff that you suck at. Most of us spend too much time on the things that we suck at because they're trying to cover every base, and you end up getting stuck and not being able to build momentum.
Yeah, I agree with that. And because there's so much out there available to us where we want to be able to be in every single place, which is why I'm not on YouTube yet, because I'm just trying to focus. Okay, Instagram, I'm good at the short daily videos. I'm gonna keep doing those, and then we'll see when I get to the next level and can maybe hire somebody to edit and do the things that I'm really terrible at.
Yeah, I mean, I would mail in YouTube for now. I would just post, if you have the videos anyway, just post to YouTube. It won't blow up for you, but you never know. One post might hit somebody, you're starting to build some subscribers and some traction, and then when you're ready to hit YouTube harder, maybe you already have 5,000 subscribers.
I think I'm at 17.
17,000?
No, 17.
Oh, 17 total?
17.
Great, but if you're posting your daily content from Instagram to YouTube,
yeah,
you have these short videos that probably won't do well, but you might get 1 or 2 that end up popping, and when you're really ready to take it seriously, you might have 5,000 subscribers. I think being first, I'm not a huge fan of being first. I think it's easy to waste a lot of time and money being first. If you're good. I think this is the thing. If you're good, then go where there's attention and go win. If you're not very good, then go be first. I had a conversation with a vlogger who was on YouTube. He's been on YouTube for, I don't know, 6, 7 years. He said, it used to be so easy, you know, and I started 6 years ago. It used to be so easy, and I grew, and my channel was blowing up, and now it seems really hard to grow, and I'm losing subscribers every day, and it's not happening, and I don't know, I used to be so good. Like, the problem is you were never good. You were never good.
Early.
You were just early. Yeah, you were just early, you were never good, and you never got good. And then Logan Paul came in, and Jake Paul came in, and other vloggers came in, and Will Smith came in, and as more of them come in, you better rise to the occasion. Even a channel like mine, I shouldn't be winning. It should be CNN doing it. It should be Inc.com doing it, right? So I need to get so good at the thing that when they come in, I'm ready to fight them. But I still take the mindset that I'm early. That when the big guys come in, I need to be ready. Where a lot of people, they stumble into it, it works, but then they never really improve themselves or get better at the thing, and then when better people come in, they lose. Every Hollywood star is going to have a daily vlog. What happens to the current daily vloggers? You have to be so good that you can compete with Beyonce's daily vlog, right?
So for these entrepreneurs that are starting today, this is day one for them. They need to just become the best in their area and focus.
What do you have Michael Jordan level talent at? It's usually entertainment or education. You're just highly entertaining. You know, you have funny jokes and you're hilarious to be around. That's not me, right? I'm not like the super funny guy. Mine is more on the education side. Yours could be strategy. When I come to you, I'm not coming for seeing you go to Walmart and buy $1,000 worth of pink lipstick or something, right? I mean, that's a thing, but you a strategy. I want to go to you and I'm going to get the latest digital marketing strategies, right? And as it weaves and twists and turns, you're going to keep me posted. Don't go do this anymore, now you got to go do this, right? That's education, that's utility, that's helpful. Anybody who cares about digital marketing would want to follow that and gain knowledge. So then you need to go be the best at that thing. And so for everybody watching, you figure out your own thing. Don't try to compete with her on digital marketing. Find your thing that you're great at. Yeah, and then go hardcore on it.
I'm excited.
Love it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, cool.
If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have 2 options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.